Multisensory learning is like giving your brain a whole toolbox instead of a single screwdriver, and suddenly memorizing something becomes easier, faster, and a lot more natural. Our brains don't just rely on one sense to store information. They connect sights, sounds, scents, touch, and even taste cues and merge them into powerful memory pathways. That's why some memories hit instantly when you hear an old song, or smell fresh coffee, or taste something familiar. Your senses work as memory anchors. So when you intentionally bring multiple senses into learning, you give your brain more hooks to grab onto. Multisensory learning means using visuals, using sound, using touch, even using scent or taste all at the same time while you learn. The more senses you engage, the more pathways form in the brain, and those extra pathways make recall faster and more reliable. It's not just memorization, it's memory reinforced from multiple directions. And here's the fun twist: learning becomes more enjoyable because it feels more like real life instead of just staring at a page. Visual input is one of the easiest places to start. Colors, diagrams, images, charts, and visual layouts help create instant pattern recognition. That's why we remember logos, faces, and locations so easily. If you want something to stick in your memory, turn it into a visual concept. Use highlighters, colored sticky notes, or sketch a simple diagram. These images become faster cues than raw text ever could. Sound is another powerful memory booster. When you pair information with a specific sound or background music, the brain forms a link between the audio pattern and the idea you're learning. Later, when you hear that same sound again, your brain retrieves the information attached to it much faster, even recording yourself reading material aloud. And listening back can activate this same auditory memory pathway. Touch matters too. Writing by hand activates more motor memory than typing. Holding physical objects, making gestures, arranging items, all of these create tactile reinforcement. The physical interaction strengthens the encoding of information because your brain isn't just watching, it's also doing. That doing creates deeper neural involvement. Then there's scent. Smell is directly tied to the brain's emotional center, which is one reason scent-triggered memories feel vivid and instant. Burning a candle or using a specific scent during study time creates a cue that becomes attached to the material. Later, when you smell that same scent, your brain retrieves the memory faster. It's invisible, but extremely powerful. Taste can also create these same associations. A specific flavor, like mint or citrus, can become mentally linked with certain topics. The brain remembers flavor patterns and uses them as recall triggers. The big takeaway is simple: don't rely on one pathway. Engage multiple senses at once. Use visual cues, listen to audio, write things by hand, use scents during learning sessions, and if it fits, use taste. The more senses involved, the stronger the brain wiring becomes. Multisensory learning turns studying into an experience instead of repetition, and that experience is what the brain remembers. This approach doesn't just make learning easier, it makes it stick, and that's how you study. Smarter, not harder.